let's talk about how you are going to generate real estate leads during the holidays. You ever get to this time of year and think, it's the holidays. I've had a long year. I've been working hard. I'm just going to kind of coast a little bit through the next couple of weeks, enjoy my time with my family, and get back to it January 1. I get it. And I've done that myself plenty of years. And I always do kind of slow down this time of year because it is so important to spend time to rest, to recover, to really enjoy the season that we're in. There are still some things that we can do to make sure that we're not starting from scratch come January 1. And that's ultimately what I want to help you avoid, because I think that a lot of times we get to the end of the year and we just assume that our pipeline is done and that we've closed all the business that we'll be closing this year. But time goes on. Like, what about January? What about February? I noticed a trend in my business over several years earlier on where we would have little to no closings in January and February. And this happened like 3 years in a row. And I remember talking to Bryce, my husband and business partner, about it. And we were like, what's happening? Like, why are we not having closings in January and February? And it was because we were totally checking out during the holidays because we could. And so I want to share with you a few things that we can do to make sure that we are stocking up the pipeline, staying in touch with our clients, and making sure that we have things lined up for when we're ready to get back to work. Now, if you haven't yet, the best thing that you can be doing during this time are your homeowner consultations. Steph, what's a homeowner consultation? Well, have you ever had a client that they buy a house and they close and you kind of lose track with them? Like you don't really touch base with them. You don't reach out to them because, well, they closed and you don't really know what to say. Well, we started implementing homeowner consultations a couple of years ago in our real estate business. And the idea came from a yearly ritual that we have with our CPA and financial manager. What they do is they get us together during the holiday season before the end of the year, and they say, let's look at your financial picture from the year and what your tax liabilities are going to look like next year. And if we were kind of lower on our expenses, like if it made sense to invest in anything for the business before the end of the year, we would do that. And we would do that through the guidance of our financial team. And we thought, man, it's so nice to have this end of year recap for our business. It's so nice to end the year knowing exactly where we're at. Why would we not be doing this for our clients with their most costly investment? And so that's where homeowner consultations came from. I would be reaching out to everybody who closed in this calendar year and at the very minimum, setting a 15 to 30 minute homeowner consultation. And it's really just a chance for you to hop on Zoom with them, invite them to a quick consultation and say, hey, just really want to thank you again for trusting me as your real estate agent for life. Congrats on your new home. So excited. Tell me how the year went. How are you loving your home still? What have you done? Have you made any repairs? Do you need any repairs? Do you need a referral for a handyman? What are your plans next year? Last we spoke, you were going to live here for the next 5 years. Is that still part of the plan? Right? So really just gathering information, just a touch base, and it's designed to help them understand the state, again, of their most costly investment. At the very minimum, this is a super solid touch base with your database, but it's also going to help you get an understanding of whether or not some of these plans are changing and in a way that you might miss. So, for example, I was just talking to an MA8 agent who had a great client from last year who decided almost on a whim to sell their house within 18 months of purchasing it. Actually, I think it was closer to like 13 months or something. And my agent was just shocked. And she was like, I had no idea that she was thinking about selling, and certainly not this soon. And especially with capital gains, like it just made no sense to me. But there's just other things going on in her life. And it was more of a convenience factor, and it just kind of happened. And that does happen. That's happened to me in my business several times. It's happened to a lot of agents. And so I think that this checkpoint really helps you stay in the loop, because we never want to assume what our clients are thinking. So definitely homeowner consultations, check that out and definitely implement that if nothing else. You can then ask for a referral at the end of it, or see if they know anyone who needs a little help with their real estate needs, that kind of thing. Now, this is also really a great time to do additional personal calls and touch bases, right? So calling your referral partners, calling people who have sent you referrals this year, really having that personal touch base with those individuals who have supported you. Even if you haven't gotten referrals this year, if you have somebody who has been supportive of you by sharing your things on social media, engaging with your Instagram posts, always really shouting you out or acknowledging your hard work, you should be giving those people a personal call and just say, hey, because it's a season of gratitude, I just want you to know how much I appreciate your support for my business this year. Even though it might seem small to you, it's a really big thing to me. And I just want you to know that I'm so grateful to have people like you in my corner. These are the things I'm really proud of this year. This is what I'm looking ahead to next year. I'm just super happy to have you on this journey. Is there any way that I can support you before the end of the year? That kind of call goes a long way, especially for the people who have already proven to be big supporters of your business, and you might just end up with a couple of referrals from there. Client events are another great thing that you really ought to consider. Now, a client event does not have to be like a big shindig. It doesn't have to be a big to-do. I think that there's a lot to be said about just throwing a really quick happy hour, maybe for your top referral partners or for some of your most recent closed clients, and just getting people together in a room. Like this time of year, people want to gather, they want to be together, they want to celebrate, and facilitating a little event like that is really helpful. Now, for years, my husband and I did big blowout holiday events at the end of the year. Like that was our thing. We had a giant holiday event. Everybody was invited. Everybody got little gifts and takeaways, and we had raffle prizes, and everybody was fed and had drinks, and it was always just a whole lot of fun. And we have been able to do that for a couple of years, and unfortunately, we won't be able to do that this year because I'm actually expecting a child literally any day now. Actually, depending on when you're seeing this recording, my baby better be here. But because of that, we won't be doing a really big event, but I wish that I could. And you know that we're going to be planning something extra special in the spring again, to get those face-to-faces, get people talking. And every time we did an event, regardless of whether it was a big one or a small one, we always encouraged people to bring a friend. We've had clients who had referrals for us, like a friend who wanted to bring that friend so we can meet that referral in person even before they're ready to get the process started. And we always closed those referrals. Like we never had a problem with those. So I would really encourage you to do the same. And finally, you can also do farming events. So say you don't have a huge client base or a big database to kind of throw events for. You should be working on that, by the way. That's your new goal for 2023, to fix that problem. But you can also be doing farming events. And there's a lot of ways that you can farm that aren't just like blasting mailers. Like I think a lot of agents think farming is just like putting up an auto campaign for mailing postcards. Yeah, I mean, sure, that's part of it, but like you need to be integrated with the community that you're farming for it to really turn out for you. So there's a couple of ideas that I had that we are looking to implement. And for example, I'll share one with you that I'm really excited about. I don't want to share this one because it's so good, but I think I might have mentioned this before on my channel. So hire a dumpster outside of your house, like one of those big haul away dumpsters outside of your house. Invite all of your neighbors after Christmas, after the main gifting holidays, after Christmas and Hanukkah and all that stuff, to come and bring their discarded gift wrapping so they don't fill up their own trash cans. What an incredible like giving thing to do. Like I will also be handing out cookies to my neighbors because I love baking cookies. So I'll be leaving a plate of home-baked cookies for my neighbors. But for everyone else beyond those like just initial 5 houses next to me, I want to make a Facebook group post for my neighborhood Facebook group and invite the entire neighborhood out to throw away all their stuff after Christmas in the dumpster. If you don't know, it costs about $500 to do this. So maybe you like even partner with a mortgage lender or someone who's into it with you. And I would even have like some hot cocoa that people can come and take away, and even a little holiday card with your business information or your Instagram handle on it as well. So that's one thing that I'm looking hard at this year. I think that is an event that I can totally stomach with a newborn, and I think it would be a lot of fun. I don't even have to leave the house for it, but that's one big thing that I'll be doing. I think that you should consider it too. But of course, there's so many other neighborhood style events that you could do as well. Just a quick Pinterest search or a Google event, or a Google search rather, can help give you a lot of ideas to make some new connections to take you into the new year. That's what I got for you today. Hope that you found this really helpful, and happy holidays to you. I hope that you have so much fun and experience a lot of magic and giving and gratitude this year. Thanks so much for tuning in. Till next time, keep on crushing it.